Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna be showing you the best way to farm your own grade 11 and grade 12 materia for the final builds later on. So I just crafted the full set of level 100 gear and I've done some cheap melts. This way it will help me with the spirit bonding process and farming my own grade 11 and 12. So let me show you the melts first, and I'm gonna mention few ways you can increase your spirit bonding speed. So here is the gear. You can just pause the video, copy them if you want. Now the melts doesn't matter, it's just cheap trash melts. It's only like grade 10 on the guaranteed slots, and it's just like grade 3 and grade 4s. As long as you have this control, 4481, you should be good to go. And as long as you have the CP needed for this macro I'm about to show. So it's a macro to farm orange scripts and spirit bond at the same time. Alright, so that's the gear and stats. The food I'm gonna be using for the macro is this. Obviously you can use the new one or the higher tier CP and control food. Alright, so few ways you can increase the spirit bonding speed of your gear. And just to cover one basic, the way spirit bond works, it depends on the difference between the recipe level you're crafting, if it's gatherer the level of the node you're gathering from, and the level of your gear is the difference of that. If the difference is too big, you will not be gaining spirit bond. So right now it's level 100 gear, so the most spirit bond we will gain is around level 98, and anything under that will start to become slower to spirit bond, and eventually at 95 it will stop spirit bonding at all. So the recommended is level 96 materials. 96 materials should be fine, and 98 and 100 of course. So as long as you're doing those, you will be gaining good amount of spirit bond. Alright, now to increase the amount of spirit bond, one thing you can do is 5 materia on each piece of gear. It does not matter what grade. You could meld battle materia to your crafter gear. Obviously we don't want to do that. We still want to melt control so it helps with the macro a little bit. But just to let you know that it does not matter what you are melding. As long as it's 5 slots melded, you will be good to go. And another thing that will help spirit bond is the squadron spirit bonding manual. This is equivalent to grade 3 FC spirit bonding buff, but you cannot use both this and the FC one. They will not stack. And you can also use superior spirit bonding potion. This will stack with the FC or squadron buff, so you can use both of them. And there is also this, the better crown pie, which you can get from Talon in Mordona. If you want the details, maybe I will show how I go about farming these at the end of the video. For the squadron buff, I have a squadron guide showing from level 1 up to getting these buffs. Recommended if you're using quick synthesis for spirit bonding, pop a squadron gear maintenance as well. This will save you a lot of gear from repairs, because quick synthing level 98 materials does wear out your gear quickly, so that helps really well. And okay, let's pop this better crown pie as well, and I will tell you my recommended recipe for this. Now let me show you how fast it actually spirit bonds if we're doing level 98 material. Right now I'm at 13% spirit bond on my gear. So if we craft one of these, with all of these buffs on, it should be really quick to spirit bond. This was my first one, so I just did manually. It's still 14%, but let's pop quick synthesis on some of these and watch the gear Still 40%, 14%. Now it's 15%. 16%. 17. Do you see how quick it is? 18. It's pretty much 1% per level 98 material. Yeah, just want to show how that goes. So just be sure you are under all those buffs when you quicksynth material, so you get Spiritbond. So always make sure you have all of those buffs on while you are processing materials with quick synthesis, especially if it's level 96 and 98. It would be a great shame to miss out on Spirit Bonding, because grade 12 Materia, as of right now I'm recording this video, is going for 200k a pop. Even more on some servers. Let me show off the level 96 as well. Currently we're at 23%. Stayed 23%. You see it's gonna be a bit slower. Still 23%. Still 23%. It should become 24 after 2 more. Yeah, so it's like 5 materials for each 1%, while the level 98 was 1% each material. So it's still worth it. All those 1% here and there adds up in the end. So that is that. And the next thing is, you could also do the level 100 collectible for orange scripts. That will also give Spirit Bond for your gear. On top of the percent you gain on your gear, you can also gain orange scripts by handing it here in the collectible appraiser and just buy grade 12 right off the bat from the NPC here. To be able to buy grade 12 and grade 11, you need to reach level 97 in the main scenario. No, I'm not gonna say where for spoiler reasons. Alright, so I've made the macro for this level 100 collectible, and you do not need any HQ material with this macro. You're gonna need this food for the macro. Or if you have better melts than me already, then you probably just need CP from the food, not the extra control. But you do need CP anyway. So here it is. Here is macro number 1. Right here. And currently we are 24 or 25%. Chest piece is 25%. So these ones should also give you like 1% each. On top of the orange scripts you're gonna be gaining. That's all we need. We don't need 100%. We only need the green threshold for maximum orange script rewards, which is 1140 collectability. Alright, let's pop macro number 2. It's probably not a full 1% per craft, it's maybe like 0.90 something, just like Endwalker. But it looks like it's 1% as it goes. Like, we don't see the point after that. We just see the full number. Well, 26%. We did gain 1% after all. Alright, let's show it off one more time. If you did way worse melts than me, you have the CP but you don't have the control. You can just use one HQ material, but we'd rather not have to worry about HQ material, right? The melts are really easy to do, it's just grade 3 materia for the overmelts, for the most part. %, just like that. No SQ mats needed. Alright. 27%, so it's like 1% each of that. And handing in, you will gain 144 orange scripts. And how much is one grade 12 materia? Let's see here. It's 500, so every 4 craft is one grade 12 on top of the percent you're gonna gain on your gear. You could also do the level 99 collectible for purple scripts for grade 11 materia, but there is even a better option in my opinion for purple scripts. If your goal is only the purple scripts, then doing the level 89 rarefied drought is the best. The reason for that is because you can use trained eye, and it's a really quick craft. Trained eye, veneration, 2 ground works, and you're done. You will not be gaining Spiritbond on this, but if your goal is grade 11 materia, this is still the best way. So we gain how much from this? We gain 108 purple scripts. The level 99 gives, well, it does give a lot, almost double the amount of purple scripts. Well, I would just say it's up to you. If you have a lot of retainers, you can get a lot of these, and you just want an AFK macro and while doing something else, why not? But if you just want quick purple scripts, you have that option as well. So that covers the crafting part of this video. We're gonna go off to gathering, how to farm 11 and 12 materia. Alright, for gathering Spiritbond, a lot of it is the same as crafting, like 5 materia on each gear for more Spiritbond speed. And the minimum stat we need for the legendary notes is 4480 perception to hit the legendary notes. Make sure you unlock them with purple scripts. I've shown where to do that in my delivery to Liliolal delivery video. If you don't know where that is, it's under the script exchange. But you need to get to certain MSQ point to unlock them. So that's the minimum perception. The reason we want to Spiritbond with legendary notes is because they give the most amount of percent on your gear when you gather at them. The other minimum stats we need is 930 GP. You can use food to meet those stats. 4480 perception, 930 GP. The 930 GP is sometimes you get integrity +1, one more attempt on the node if you have equal or more than 930 GP. And the way Gatherer Spiritbond works is not based on how many items you gather. It's based on how many times you hit the node. So having one extra integrity / attempt when we get that proc is highly important. It adds up in the long run because it's like almost 2% per hit on the legendary notes. Not to mention if you get revisit, that's almost 4% you're missing out on your whole entire set of gear. So anyway, it doesn't matter how much you melt or what you are melding, as soon as you're hitting these two different stats with perception 4480 and GP 930. But if you still want to copy my melts, here they are. I have finished my chest piece, gloves, pants, and boots. The others are still trash melt just so I get the Spiritbond speed. So it really doesn't matter how much you melt, really. Or how you melt. as long as you hit the minimum. And you can use food to hit the minimum, but the reason I want the minimum without food is so I can use Better Crown Pie. Now, here's the deal. Better Crown Pie does not help increasing Spirit Bond speed for Gatherer. It does for Crafter, and the thing is, I'm quicksynthing or making collectible items in between the legendary nodes. So that's why regardless I'm popping this for the crafting portion. But unlike me, if all you're doing is Gatherer Spirit Bond and you're not doing Crafter, the only buff you need is Superior Spirit Bond Potion HQ. It gives +6, you just need +5. You don't even need the Squadron / FC buff or anything. But yeah, again, since I'm crafting in between, like I go grab a legendary node, and then I teleport to the next one. While waiting for GP, I'm hitting a crafter macro or quicksynthing. Just like I showed previously how I do crafter Spirit Bond. I'm doing that in between the legendary nodes. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Let's get to this node. I went to that wrong teleport. I'll see you there. Alright, let's see here. We are at 1%. I just extracted materia from my gear, so we're back at 1%. Oh, my Better Crown Pie ran out. Since I'm gathering and not crafting, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna repop it. But I have the Spirit Bond potion on. That's all you need. Let's see how many % we get. And here is the rotation. You gather a few times. And then Ageless Words for Botanist. For Miner is called Solid Reason, 300 GP ability. And if you get Eureka Moment, 50% chance, pop that as well for another attempt. Because Spirit Bond is based on how many times you hit the node, not how many items you gather. So we want to just restore durability. Well, gathering attempt / integrity. I don't know why they call it integrity. It's just gathering attempt would have been fine. But it's the same thing. Gathering attempt and integrity is the same thing. So yeah, that gave me... I started at 1%, I'm now at 14%. So that gave me 13%. And I repop my high core deal, and what I do is teleport to where the next node spawns, and then start crafting until I have full GP back, and then I go for the next legendary node. Alright, so you can get Better Crown Pie from Talon here. Assorted accoutrements, or however you pronounce that. One way to trade for Better Crown Pie is these. You can get these from level 45 crafted leaf quests, or you can also get them with Grand Company seals under the third, in the most bottom tab, and the last tab to the right, and you just scroll down to the bottom and you can find all of these. So Grand Company seals is the way, or crafter leaves, but I would rather use your crafter leaves to make gil, which I'll cover in a different video, how to make awesome amount of gil with leaf quests. The other way is the XII Beast Tribe daily quest, the XII deliveries. You get 1 moonstone per day by handing in this and meeting the quota. So that's the other way to get it. So yeah, there you go. That is the Spirit Bonding guide for Downtrail. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps with the YouTube stuff, algorithm and all that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next guide. Take care. Bye bye.